man. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Brain B. Berg. Just checking with you guys. Right now, I'm up in Little Rock, Arkansas. Just heading back into Texas. Should get back to Houston real soon. But yeah, just came from Indianapolis. Kind of cold a little bit. You know, saw some people in Memphis. Stopped through Memphis a little bit. So you know, it was a kind of good week. Definitely want to really come down, want to really break down a few things this weekend and basically what event that took place. Now everybody know in Georgia there was a march, a Nazi march. Then you had just happened yesterday. You had the Confederate Memorial Holiday take place. And also this past weekend, you also had Adolf Hitler's birthday. So you had a lot of events basically took place in April, this month, that's really hold dear into a lot of white supremacists, white extremists eyes. You know what I'm saying? They really take this in strong belief and conviction. As you know, there was a hate crime terrorist attack at Nashville at the Waffle House. You had other incidents dealing with Waffle House and Starbucks that had almost like a linger of a Jim Crow similarity to it. Also, both of them was dealing with white women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to talk about this as well. But yeah, you had 3 southern states that really took fully participation in this Confederate memorial holiday. One was Mississippi, one was Alabama. Georgia also participated, but they changed the state from Confederate Memorial holiday to the state holiday. That's pretty much it. They're pretty big on businesses. They're pretty more known economically, internationally than the other 2 states are. So they really don't want to be slandered. So that's why they changed the name to a state holiday. So it's not like it don't make it as bad, but they also participated in it as well. So, I just, like I always say to myself, only in America, the losers can still have their day. Even though the South was losers in the Civil War, they still are allowed to manufacture, wave their flags like they still exist. They still celebrate. They still have memorials and statues. So in America, this is the only place, the only country where the losers of a civil war can still be celebrated and honored. The only country. That's just amazing me. But yeah, I definitely wanted to, just let everybody know about that. Definitely, like I said, April is a very significant month for a lot of white supremacists and a lot of white extremists. Like I said, those are basically the 2 reasons why. Those 2 particular events are the reason why. So, definitely be cautious and be alert. I definitely want to get into the second part. This is not really a fun fact of history. I could say a fun fact, but it's not really fun at all. It's dealing with a coon. Now, this is why I say coons is very dangerous to the black empowerment movement. And black empowerment movement been going on for over a century, so this is not a new thing. I mean, to us or our generation, yes, it's a new thing because we're now more conscious and more alert and to the situation and the racial apathy that we're in. But this black empowerment movement been going on since after slavery. So I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat that we started black empowerment. No, but I'm definitely going to let you know there always been coons in the midst. Now, you don't need to be a male and be a coon. You could be a woman and be a coon. Um, and I'm gonna talk about this one coon. Her name is Eunice, Laurie. Now, I would say the middle name, but she's a coon. She don't get that much. Now, she was born in 1899. I think she passed like 1986. Now, she was a nurse, and she went to school and graduated in Tuskegee Institute that became Tuskegee University. Um, that was founded by Booker T. Washington. So, at first her career, she was actually doing kind of good for the community, but um, and she did. She was helping out. She was doing a lot of home economics. She was doing a lot of medical services. She was also talking about hygiene and she was talking about agriculture techniques. She was teaching a lot of things to the community. I mean, the black community in Tuskegee, Alabama, because this is where she stayed. And but she got hired at the PHS. Now, the PHS is the public health system. Now, it's like a state-run medical department, health department in Alabama. There was there was a thing called syphilis. Um, that was kind of rampant. There was no cure for it. I mean, well, there was, there were really no cure at that moment, but there were things to treat it. And when she got hired on with this department, they actually started running experiments, and she recruited like almost 400 black males um, into this testing experiment. And the thing was, they thought, they trusted her. She was a black woman, and during that time, black people was more trusted with each other. Um, so they really, they thought she was really doing a benefit for them, but in actuality, she wasn't. She was actually, she was part, while recruiting them, you know, her job was to keep them enrolled so they don't leave. And they, promised them health care and a little bit of compensation, that they'll pay them. So a lot of those black men, trusted her and went through the experiment. Now, the experiment was only supposed to be for 6 months. It lasted for almost 40 years. It started around 1940s. It didn't end to the 1970s. Till Washington Post and New York Times broke the story and stuff. Um, but as well, um, I would also say, um, you know, she gained the trust of the black community, but that was the ultimate betrayal because, penicillin was actually created, if I'm mistakenly, it was created in the 40s, but they were not given penicillin. They were given two very dangerous medicines at the time, um, and they were also given an ailment that was actually, but they called it bad blood, but it was actually contained syphilis. So they were injecting the same disease and virus back into them that they promised those black men that they will cure. So they were almost re-affecting them. That they were actually re-affecting them. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't curing them at all. And a lot of them suffered during those experiments. A lot of them actually died. A lot of them died during that experiment. And the thing was, she knew it. Eunice knew. She knew what they were doing. But she never just had courage enough to tell the man, like, hey, you guys don't need to be here. They don't have the cure. They're actually making you guys sicker. But she stayed silent. And, being a coon or being a traitor or being an ally to the white supremacy agenda, you don't need to be outspoken. You could just be silent and not say nothing. That will make you just accountable as somebody who's fully participating. And she was silent, but she actually fully participated in it. And you know, I was thinking about all those black men that were suffering in the hands of that Alabama State uh, Department. You know, it basically was torture. They were basically just torturing in the name of their health and their cure. You know what I'm saying? Black people was basically test subjects. They were test subjects. And she was part of it. Um, Definitely, I mean, like I said, I mean, Tariq actually talked a little bit about her. I just did some research with her. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's true. I mean, but she was a very accomplished, you know, nurse at that moment. But, you know, that Tuskegee experiment, that was her downfall. That what really, to me, tarnished her reputation, not just as um, a respectable nurse, but as a human being. That you let something like that go down with your own people. As being a black woman, you are the nurturer. You are you are the essence of a black man to actually even let that happen to a black man. So it was just all sort of up and down portrayal in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, but Coon's always been a detriment and dangerous um, obstacle to the black empowerment. It been that same way for since the beginning of time. Probably, I mean, especially during slavery, when the Coon portrayed that white boy Jim Brown. Even he was trying to end slavery on a more of an armed, violent method. Like I said, even he was portrayed by a black man that didn't want it. So definitely, coons are very dangerous, very dangerous. I definitely will also about I want to address a little bit about the Waffle House situation. I hope they go out of business. I have no, I do not care about Waffle House, or like I don't care about Starbucks. I don't care either of them go out of business. Um, a lot of people, like I said, should even patriot those two establishments. They just should let them go by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, you know, about a lot of black women been getting a lot of abuse lately, and it's just funny to me how the so-called feminist movement or whatever, white feminists, really, I'm talking about, they don't say nothing. They're pretty silent. But when this Me Too, Time's Up, whatever the bullshit may be, they want to bring the black woman along for the ride, and a lot of black feminists ain't saying nothing. So with that tell me a lot that those black feminists don't really have or will not be part of the black community, and that's cool. They could be ostracized up out of the black community. I'm on this black code, and this black code is there's no gray areas. There's no gray areas. You violate or you don't violate. That's what it is. If you have a problem, then you need to figure it out to not get in that gray area, because there's no gray area in the black code. No other racial group have a gray area. It's either or either that. It is as contrast as black and white. That's what it is. Um, like I told her, you know, like in the Starbucks incident to even the Waffle House incident, started by a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Even though that sister was very appropriate and she had the rights to complain and get a number of the corporate to make her complaints. Um, they didn't look at that way. They used the why I say so, and they basically did with the cops coming in there and putting their hands on her and what they did to her, they basically did an involuntary enforcement of Jim Crow. Yes, I say it again. Involuntary enforcement of Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? That was basically, the root cause was a white woman, that catapult, that was the catalyst of these incidents. You know what I'm saying? So, black people need to understand, take a more of an eyeball look to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Because white women are the catalyst of white supremacy. It's been said many, many times, not just by people recently, but people in the past. But like I said, that's really what I'm going to conclude for today. And I'll get with you guys. I'll probably put the link in um, a little bit about the Confederacy or whatever like that. But yeah, like I said, man, this April month is no joke for us. Already, they already had a terrorist attack on us. So I know there was a terrorist attack similar in Canada. Um, Now that was done by a white person. As you see, he killed some people, he injured some people, but it was a white person. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude was a white person. Law enforcement basically peacefully apprehended both of them. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely tell there's a white code going on. So black people definitely need to be a little bit more serious and get on this black code. This is really what it is. Oh yeah, shout out to the brother that beat that fucking cop's ass in the Waffle House, and a big ass fuck you to the two other big ass moist coons that fucking were trying to stop that brother from beating up that race soldier. So props to them, and fuck you to the mother two coons, dude. No more top. One.